Hello everyone, it's me, I'm back, and what's this? What's this? Oh, I'm trying to be aesthetically pleasing. I don't know if it's working, but anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that I have finally finished this sketchbook. Hallelujah! So you may or may not have seen my last sketchbook video, which didn't look like a sketchbook video because I made it really clickbaity, so I understand if you didn't see it, but I'm gonna put it up at the top so that you can go watch it, because in that video I explained that this sketchbook got wet. I was about to give up on it, but I fixed it and I gave y'all a sketchbook tour of half of the book. So today we are going to be doing the last half of the book. I'm very sad but also very excited to have this done, so without further ado, let's get into it. God damn it, now I have to move all my aesthetically pleasing things to try and open the book. So as we saw last time, we've got Elsie, we've got Monty, nearly forgot his name for a second here, and here were all of my thumbnails for Inktober. Pretty snazzy. And then we have Archie and Monty on a date, looking at the birds, eating chips. His face looks a little like squished, but other than that, I think it's pretty cute and I love it. And then we have some more Inktober thumbnails. This was me thumbnailing the cover of like a record that I got that didn't have a cover, so I was gonna make my own cover and it never ended up happening. And then we have Archie in his little yellow raincoat splashing in puddles, so cute. And the house from Coraline, I'm really happy with how the colors came out on this one. And then up here I was thumbnailing again, and I was going through my JC Leyendecker or Leyendecker phase or whatever, so I was drawing a lot of people in like suits. And then we have Charles Trenet, who is a fabulous French singer from the 1930s, and I recommend you check him out even if you don't speak French, because he sounds pretty cool. And then we have Monty, based off a picture I saw of Charles Trenet sitting on the bonnet of a French car, and I think he came out pretty cute, don't you think? And then little Monty dressing up as a little kid. Oh god, okay, I wrote in French. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. It's been a while. Oh my god. You're so pretty, Monty. I think. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. I'm illiterate in all languages. And then we have Archie showing off his pink armpit hair in a vintage bathing suit. Once again, his head is a little squished, but this was the 10th of October, so it was quite a while ago. It's alright. And then up here, I decided to draw some ladies. We've got Erica and Fern and Evelyn, and I haven't drawn them in so long. I need to draw them again, because look how fashionable they are. I freaking love them. And then these are some stamps that I got when I ordered Emily is Burning from The Average Artist. And then we have what would soon become a romance. This was back when I was like, yeah, this can be an alternate universe, and now it's canon, guys. It's canon. I have to peel things off. Help. I'm gonna use my lens cap to like peel that back. So we have a little comic of Adair and Emilio, and they've found some sunglasses and they're love hearts, and Adair looks beautiful and I love him. This, oh my god, this feels like such a long time ago, because I've drawn Adair thin, and when they're together, Adair's not thin, like he's got a beard and he's put on a bit of weight, so like this just looks really weird to me. I don't know. And like Emilio is meant to be shorter than Adair, so this whole comic just looks really weird to me. And then here we have Rusty's house. That's Rusty right there. That's Adair's papa. And this is what his house looks like. It's pretty average, but pretty decent. And then down here we have Emilio's family. So this is Johan, which is his dad, and Neva, which is his mum, and Esther, Camilla, and honestly, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, like Nusha, Nausha, who knows, but those are his three sisters. He's the only brother, but he's fine with it. He gets to steal his sister's clothes and he loves it. And then here we have two characters that I was completely obsessed with for like 2 days and then I never drew them again. So we have Percy Marion, he is the artist, and my phone keeps buzzing so I'm gonna throw it across the room. He is an artist in the 1900s and he's pretty snazzy. I kind of don't like his design at all though, so I think that's part of why I never drew him again. And this freaking transfer from the other page on his face, looking like he has a dirty face. And this is Otto. He's a German boy. They're best friends. And then this is their house. It's like a 1900s apartment. I don't know. I couldn't be bothered coloring in whatever was underneath this, so I just stuck a good old skeleton over the top because that's what we do with our problems. We just... And this is their bedroom. I painted this with acrylic and I think it came out pretty good. I like it. And this is the beginning of something great. So at this point I had never drawn any of my characters with an ounce of fat on them, and I was still umming and ahhing about whether I wanted to make Adair thick or not, and I was like, oh, maybe this is too thick, and now I'm like, not thick enough. He just looks so skinny here, like compared to how I draw him now, he looks so thin. I'm so scared. And then we have little Emilio showing off some of that pit hair. Glorious. And then I glued in this thing that I found in a newspaper and started drawing some of the people. And then over here we have little Sparky, and little Sparky hugging his papa Adair, and ignore that his arm just disappears. It's just gone. I don't even know. And then this was still at the start of me like exploring Adair and Emilio's relationship and them being cute. I was like scared to draw them being cute together, and also still scared to draw Adair at his full thickness. Then we have Sparky cutting his dad's hair, which turned into a bit of a disaster. But it's fine. It's fine. Adair is fine with it. And then I did some sketches of Archie. This was at a point where I was still scared to leave sketches as sketches in my sketchbook, which is weird, but by the end I started just doing that a lot more. And then down here we have Archie and Monty in the pool, and Monty is hiding from Archie. Archie's scared because he can't see him. And then up here I did like an experimental thing with Adair. Doesn't look anything like him and I kind of hate it now, but it was worth experimenting. And even here I'm drawing him thicker, but he's got too much neck. Nowadays he's got like fat on his face too, and back then I was scared to like manipulate his face because I was used to how it looked, so still not quite there, but getting there. And then down here we have another experimental thing of Emilio. His face is a bit squished in, but that's alright. And Emilio sipping his wine in his dressing gown. Then over here we have Adair and all of his favourite foods, which this took me a long time, but I am very proud of how this came out, and it made me very hungry and very sad because as a lactose intolerant boy, I cannot eat half this stuff. And I'm very sad because I miss eating it. And then down here we have Emilio being fabulous, showing off his lovely leggies. And then we have He-Man. I was watching a lot of He-Man. I wanted to draw He-Man, so I drew He-Man. And then over here I was watching What We Do in the Shadows, and I decided to draw them because I realized that I haven't done fan art in ages, so I thought, why not? We did some pen sketches of our favourite vampires. These are the only vampires that I respect. And here we have Rusty and little baby Adair. Look at him reaching his little hand up, and they got little matching bracelets. And he's like learning to love music, and I love him. And then Archie seeing Paris for the first time. This was based on a photo I saw on Instagram of Arnold Schwarzenegger seeing New York for the first time, and I thought it was really cute. So I drew Archie doing the same thing. And then down here we have Harper. She is Nusha or Nausha's girlfriend. I'll show you. It's this lady's girlfriend. Very cute. I love them. And then over here, I've gotta peel this shit off again. Then we have this piece of Adair and Emilio in an alternate universe where Emilio is a princess in a tower and Adair is a knight in shining armor. I'm usually not into the whole like medieval fantasy genre, but when I drew this, I ended up like using another sketchbook and doing a whole heap of sketches of them because I just loved their dynamic of like the nervous knight with squeaky armor and the princess who is just fabulous all the time. And then over here we have more of Emilio's family. I just love that they're a massive family. They're like the first big family that I've made for my story, and I love them so much. We've got his mum and her beautiful dress. She's from Puerto Rico. She's gorgeous. And then we have his dad, who is from Iran, and look at him. Look at little baby Emilio on his dad's shoulders and all the little kitties. I'm aware that I accidentally draw kids like tiny adults and not like kids, but I'm working on it, okay? And then we've got Johan and his fabulous everything. And then over here we were approaching Christmas, so I decided to do a Christmas drawing of my boys decorating the tree together, and I finally drew Adair thick. And then we have Archie and Monty because I felt like I hadn't drawn them in ages, even though I literally drew them just then. But so their faces, I feel like Archie's face looks a bit weird, but whatever. And then this was when I was going to see Spider-Verse again, and I was like, Monty would be excited to see Spider-Verse again too, so gotta draw him. Then down here we have my first attempt at plein air sketching with my koi watercolor travel set thing, and yeah, it's fine, I guess. And then over here we have Archie being buff. Bam! And then over here is one of my favorite drawings of Adair. This is exactly how I want him to look later in life. And it was based off, like the pose was based off a picture from the movie Uncle Buck. So, bam, there's my boy, looking adorable. And then down here, this was based off that picture, that meme that was going around of the hamster that looked really scared, and someone told me that it looked like Adair, so I had to draw him doing what the hamster does. And then here we have, oh god, my arms aren't tall enough, a massive comic of, who is this? Felix and Sonny. They're from the Freak Show, and yeah, I'll just give you a closer look. Bam, drinking tea. Oh, that's a shame, it's gone cold already. Sonny's intrigued, he's like, what? Cold? What's that? And then they're looking at each other. He's like, oh well, I guess I'll just leave my tea, it's fine. And then Sonny's like, bam. He's like, bam. And then Felix is like, oh, what are you doing with my tea? And then Sonny's like, give it to me. And Felix is like, oh, sure, you can have it. That's weird. You like cold tea? You can have my tea. And then Sonny's like, I'm gonna just look at this tea. And Felix is really confused because he forgot that Sonny has fire powers and he can just heat things up whenever he wants to, and then your tea can be warm again. And Felix is like, oh. And then we have some German that I had to ask my German followers how to write it. What is it? Be careful, it's hot. That's what it means. Be careful, it's hot. Bam. German on point. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. And then over here, we have Adair back in the day when we have like Sparky is just a little baby and they've gone shopping with Fern and they've gotten themselves lost and he's like, And then over here we have a young Archie all bloodied up because as we've established in other sketchbook tours, when in doubt, just draw Archie beaten up if I don't know what to draw. I'm sorry. Then we have him looking young and sprightly in the army, and then bam! That. And then over here, this was after I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for the 50th time. And I drew Miles falling. I don't know, I started off with the background, just like slapping random colors down, and then I was like, ooh, this is giving me Spider-Man vibes. So then I got out some gouache and I did a little Miles, and I think he looks really cute. I like him. And then here we have Emilio on a napkin, and Emilio and Archie, and Emilio and Adair. I decided to like lay down some Poscas and hope for the best, and it looks different, but it looks nice. I like it. And then over here we got to turn this bad boy around. We've got Adair trying out some new fashion because Emilio is really into fashion, and Adair feels like he's too old to be into fashion. He's 39, but he thinks he's 48 or something. So he's like, no, can't experiment, I'm too old for fashion. But as we can see, he looks adorable no matter what he wears. This is my favorite. I turned this into my profile picture on Instagram because he's just so happy. And then him with his glasses, he doesn't like to wear his glasses, so he's like, ugh. And then him just normal, sprightly, blushy cheeks. And then this is him not really sure about what Emilio has put him in. He thinks that the pants are a little loud, but that's alright. And then here we have him in his like work clothes. He wears like coveralls because he's a mechanic and he always gets grease all over himself. And these are the shoes that he's had for like the past 10 years. He refuses to give them up because he's like, no, they're still fine, they're not broken, but I think he needs some new shoes. I really love his expression in this. He's like, wah. He kind of looks like that Pikachu meme. And then we have some more drawings from work that I did like on the back of receipts and scrap paper and everything. And Adair as Aquaman, because why not? He's enjoying it, and that's the main thing. And then I drew this from a picture I found on Pinterest. And then over here I did some sketches in pink pen. So we've got Emilio looking snazzy, looking fashionable, and then why not draw Adair in boxing gloves? Like, it's not the sort of thing that he'd do because he's too timid to actually punch anything, but why not? Then we've got Emilio in a dress and Adair with some flowers that Emilio gave him. And then I decided to draw Adair in a suit, but I don't know, it looks kind of weird. Then down here we have Monty at his new job at Hot Stuff Cafe. Look at him in his little apron. He's so cute. And then I did one of thin Adair back in the day, young boy wearing all black because I thought that would look pretty cool on him. And then I was back into drawing suits. I drew this one first and I had all this space over here, and I was like, why not draw what they wore to their wedding, because they're freaking gorgeous. Look at them go. And then this is another painting that I did with my watercolors when I was out and about, and a little sketch there. And then I did this on watercolor paper. It's not often that I work on actual watercolor paper because I don't want to ruin it, because that shit's expensive, but I thought it was worth it to draw a adorable Emilio in a floral suit, because that's the sort of thing that he'd wear. And then this was the first one that I did of him. Looks kind of weird, the colors are kind of off, but I'm definitely happy with the floral suit. And then over here we have Adair's sister Erin working on a car at the family business, because why not? And engines are really hard to draw, and if it's inaccurate, I'm sorry, because I'm not a mechanic. Erin is, okay? And then down here we have Erin's husband the little geek Lionel Page. He is adorable and I love him, and he has a stutter and he's just all around a lovable guy. Then up here, this was a drawing of one of my friend's characters, and then we have a teenage Adair riding a skateboard because he was all about that life. Then we have his car and his skateboard. He's got a 1971 Holden panel van, and then his skateboard. I did this in Poscas and I love it. Then up here we have another sketch from work. Then we have one of Archie looking all spaced out. This was like when I was getting sick and I was like, ugh. And down here we have Archie looking angsty. He's got his cigarette in the moonlight. And this, oh my god, this painting made me hate the Koi watercolor travel set, because as you can see, like, I don't know, it's really dry, and no matter how much water I put in it, it wasn't doing a flat wash, and then when I tried to layer it, it would pick up the color from underneath, and I don't know if it was the paper or the brush, but I'm blaming the paints because I feel like I've had this problem every single time I've used them, and it's really annoying because I spent quite a bit of money on them, and they were just really annoying to use, so there's that. And then up here, I really wanted a donut, but because I'm lactose intolerant, I can't have donuts. So I drew Adair eating a donut because if I can't have one, then he can have it. He can have it. He can live for me here. And then we have Emilio eating a lollipop because he's cute like that. And then we have Archie in a shirt. I wanted to buy a shirt similar to this, but it didn't fit me. They didn't have my size and I was really bummed, so I drew Archie in it instead. And then we have banana legs over here. Good old banana legs Emilio. Look at him go. And then we have Sparky. He's got his dad's skateboard. Looking fabulous. And then we come to the final page. We have Emilio spitting out his drink, strutting his stuff, some more sketches that I did on my last day of work, and then more Emilio and Adair. And then this was the final drawing that I did. I took my cat outside, and then the first thing that happened was that we both got chased by a wasp, so I picked him up and we ran back inside, and I accidentally slammed my hand in the door on the way in and it hurt me, but I saved us. We're safe. And then over here I just stamped the date that I started and the date that I finished. So this sketchbook took me a hell of a long time, but I am very proud of how it turned out, and now I get to move on to another one. Rightio, so that's the end of another video. Sorry I've been missing in action for like 2 months, but I kept filming videos and I just wasn't happy with how they were turning out, so I didn't end up posting them, but hopefully we can get over that now. I can just get back into the swing of posting videos. So if you have any suggestions for the sort of thing that you want to see in the future, leave them in the comments below and I'll take a gander, see what I can do with them. Other than that, I don't have much else to say. So don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!